Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting of New York State Bridge Authority, our annual board meeting. We have an agenda before us, our May 18, 2017 meeting. I'd like to, before I proceed, to give the meeting over to our Vice Chairman, Mr. Roger Higgins.
Thank you, Commissioner.
You're welcome.
We're here today to elect officers at the annual New York State Bridge Authority Board meeting. The first order of business is to elect a chairman. The floor is open for nominations. Do I hear any?
I move Richard King be chairman.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any other nominations? Move the nominations be closed. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All in favor of electing Commissioner Jerrington, Chair of the New York State Bridge Authority Board? Say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Can't vote.
Congratulations, Mr. Chairman. I'm happy to turn the meeting back over to you.
All right, well, thank you, and thank you.
With no pay raise.
No pay raise?
Well, a multiple.
I'll double it.
Yeah, double what he got.
I want to thank all the commissioners for having great confidence in me as chairman. We work very well, extremely well, not very well, extremely well as a board here. I'm sure we'll continue that practice in the future. We have great management here. I'm not going to name everybody, but that's why it's a great organization to be here. So in saying all that, thank you again. And it's been at least 4 years, if not 5 years, as chairman. Enjoy every moment I'm here. Sometimes, right, Joe? But there again, we'll do the best we possibly can. I know this board will too. In saying all that, let's resume election of officers. We have officers of vice chairman. There again, I'm sorry. As vice
I move the
chairman.
Roger.
I think we can do a-
Vice chairman. Or you want to do the whole slate?
Yeah, why don't we do the whole slate if,
Rod, would you kindly do that, please?
Okay, I nominate the slate that's been put before us of Roger Higgins as vice chairman, Joe Rosario as secretary, and general counsel Carl Whitbeck, and treasurer is Brian Cusack.
Second, please.
Second.
Any discussion? Any other nominations? If not, close that, please.
Move here. Can I move nomination, please?
second.
Yeah, you did. All right, well, congratulations, Vice Chairman Roger Higgins. Secretary,
Don't we have to vote on it?
oh, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself here. But, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody against? No? All right, well, there again, we have this is the resolution we just passed, correct?
Yep.
All right. Okay, next, board appointments. I'd like to have someone read the board appointments, which would be a governance board, finance board.
There's a resolution drafted for the board's consideration that the authority's audit committee will be comprised of Roger Higgins, Diane Jablonski, and Harry Stanton, and Roger Higgins recommended to serve as chair.
Someone make that the formal motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
It probably shouldn't be one of the three
Yeah,
of
yeah,
us.
yeah, right. I was just trying to.
Put my name down.
Rod, second.
It's only 5 of you, gotta work this out.
I know, it's not easy.
No filibustering, please.
Or you like them one at a time. That's it. Yeah.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations. Next, the finance committee.
The Authority Finance Committee is being proposed that Richard Jerentine, Rod Russell, and Diane Jablonski comprise of the Finance Committee, and it's proposed that Rod Russell serve as chairman.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And next one is our governance committee.
It's proposed that Richard Jerentine, Roger Higgins, and Harry Stanton serve as the Authority's Governance Committee, and it's proposed that Commissioner Jerentine serve as chairman of the Governance Committee.
So moved.
Second. Second. Any discussion? If not, roll call. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Next, the appointment of police officers.
We skipped over the establishing the meeting calendar
Okay.
for 2017.
Let's do that first. Everybody have before you a calendar in front of you of meeting dates? Someone move it, please.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next resolution, Mr. Chairman, is a resolution appointing and designating police officers for the authority. Be resolved, proposed, I should say, that Salvatore Rosso and Mike Colliner are appointed police officers at the New York State Bridge Authority.
So moved.
Second, please.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next, annual stormwater management report.
The floor would entertain any comments from the public. Randy?
Is there? Ladies? Sure.
And just for the record, no written comments have been filed with the authority at this point either.
Make a motion, please.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, roll call. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're going to go through our audit committee. Chairman Higgins.
On the audit committee's agenda this afternoon is review of the internal control systems auditor, internal audit plan, and engagement letter.
Mr. Chairman, excuse me, we have to adopt the minutes of the March 16th meeting, please.
Excuse me. Is there a motion to adopt the minutes of the March
We're going to
16?
make mistakes like that. We're going to demote. I just want you to know that.
I'll keep that in mind.
So moved.
And
Second. Is there a second?
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. And
Go on, Roger.
Brian, do you
Yeah.
review the internal control systems auditor or plan and engagement letter to recommend to the full body?
Yes. So yes, first up on the item is the internal control systems auditor. You'll note both that the internal audit plan and the engagement letter are included in this document. It's $19,500 as originally proposed, based on the authority's satisfaction with this particular firm. They're proposing this year to review the personal payroll and benefits, facilities inspection and maintenance programs, along with toll collection and revenues. Again, with our satisfaction with them in the past, I recommend that the committee approve both the audit plan and the engagement letter for 2017.
And there is a resolution. Is there a motion?
So moved.
We're going to pass it to bring it to the board later on, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Right.
Correct. So we have a motion by Commissioner Jablonski. Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the end of year audit financial statements?
Yes, next up is the audit of financial statements. This is performed by our independent accountant. Basically, EFPR Group has proposed static $16,900 in a RFP that went out last year. This is the engagement letter for the 2017 engagement.
And again, there is a resolution to approve the engagement letter and pass the resolution along to the board. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved, second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that gets us to any other business to come before the audit committee. Seeing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned, Mr. Chairman.
You did a great job. We're going to keep you for another year.
Thank you.
Next, Finance Committee, Chairman Dressel.
All right, so this fulfills, I guess, we have these committee meetings, we have them quarterly. And so, first I'll ask the committee to adopt the minutes of the March 16th.
So moved.
Second.
Thanks, Tyler. Okay. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. So then in our packet is the review of our quarterly operations for this past quarter. There's no resolution with it, it's really just information. of income and expenses. Brian, do you want to, do you have any comments or highlights? I have just a couple of just comments over just looking at it.
Just quickly, you'll note that traffic declined 2.3% for the first 3 months. Revenue declined 2.31%. Largely, this is attributable to 2 factors, primarily leap year and snow events in 2017. In 2016, we really didn't have any. In 2017, we had 2 significant snow events, both of which reduced traffic substantially. And of course, the leap year in 2016 did also have a role in, obviously, without that extra day, we lose the traffic volume. On the expense side, expenses are up, unfortunately, considerably. We've seen a good rise in basically health care related costs. A lot of the retirements from the prior year, along with the increases in rates year over year in the approximately 8 to 10% range, have caused a notable increase in expenditures. Over and above that, we also saw repairs and maintenance expenditures increase associated with the snow removal activities, as well as Transcom costs, and additionally, we also saw some increases as it relates to purchase of equipment associated with the prior board-approved upgrade or enhancement to command center capabilities. Lastly, the only other item to note is these costs are actually probably a little bit on the artificially low side, as when we changed over to GASB 68 during 2016, we would have recorded a portion of the pension expense under the old method. We converted in 2016, so 2016 has $420,000 in employee retirement costs that is not present in 2017 because we haven't received the numbers yet from the pension system. Okay. Other than that,
So we'll see them in the next quarter from them?
we should see them when they publish them. They're not really required to publish them until the back end of the year. I'm hoping to get them into June.
They will come eventually. We will.
They always want us to pay,
We
but
will
this is
pay.
actually a separate item where they go through and they compute
Yeah,
the
right.
authority's portion of the net liability.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The only other thing to note is you'll note that in 2016, and I got to change the headings on there. Sorry for the typos there. Basically, 17, the maintenance reserve fund, we've substantially increased the amounts we're paying for capital projects. Literally a 432% increase. This year is projected to be a much larger set of expenditures, coming in at a projected $35.2 million. We've only spent 1.3 year to date, but that's substantially higher than the approximately $250,000 we spent last year to date.
Okay. Well, I guess you answered, yep. I just glanced down the figures and I look at the number of commas. I did notice that, for the first quarter, the health insurance is over $1 million in one quarter. And of course, you answered the question on disability. That's going to show up. There was zeros for disability here, but that's going to show up at the end.
Disability will also show up,
Okay.
yeah, and retirement.
But
yeah.
as I look at, if our income for the quarter was like 12 million, that puts it, and without the dental, if you add the dental onto it, right, that means that 10% of our revenue going through the toll booth is going for healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
Are my figures about right? I'm
Approximately. Benefits are expensive. Benefits, personnel-related costs are the single largest cost category we have for operating expenses.
We like that the toll collectors could smile and show a full set of teeth when they say thank you.
Well, because the healthcare being such a hot topic in the whole, in our country today, right, of course, it's worth paying attention to, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Brian, what is our health coverage here? What coverage do we have here for the employees?
Most employees utilize the Empire plan, but we do offer a couple, 3, 4 HMO options along with that. Okay, it's consistent with state.
And there's when I briefed the board on contract negotiations later, healthcare is one of the items we'll talk about.
So, any other discussion before we just be ready to submit it to the board later for information.
Move to
Okay.
adjourn.
Okay? We have no other business though, so we're gonna accept your motion for adjournment.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Second?
Second.
Sorry, I
Okay,
rushed
that's
you.
all right.
All right, thank you, Commissioner, Chairman, and Finance Committee. Next, we're going to move into, we're going to adjourn our annual meeting and our regular two committees and move into monthly business meeting, board meeting. I'd like to adopt the minutes of the original meeting, March 16th and April 20th.
I'm sorry, what was the change in the 16th minutes? The March 16th?
There was an incorrect
The resolution.
resolution regarding the telecom communication.
I recall,
Yeah.
yes, very good.
Who's right and who's wrong?
The new one is right, the old one is wrong.
No, which people were right and wrong?
It was an error on my part. Jennifer pointed out I made a mistake. I apologize for the board.
Never happened, it was a strange feeling, wasn't it?
All right, the two minutes of the meeting, March 16th and April 20th. Can we move them together?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
any discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, business, no administration, human resources, engineering, Mr. Wright.
Good afternoon, Mr.
How are
Chairman.
you?
Very good, yourself?
Good, thank you.
First up, we'd like to purchase a 2017 Jeep Cherokee. We went out to competitive mini bid. This vehicle will replace the Ford Escape that we had that we gave to the IT department as they lost their transit van in an accident. So the price they came in, the low bid was $23,951.76.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
any other discussion? If not, roll call, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next,
Just so you know, we did, there are no MWBE vehicle vendors, so we had gotten an exclusion for that. And same goes for the next Chevy extended cab with utility body here. We went out for mini bid also. This replaces, or will replace, a 2006 Chevy cargo van, which has over 160,000 miles and quite a bit of transmission problems. So the low bid price of $44,037.93 we'd like to spend on this vehicle.
So moved.
Second.
any discussion? Roll call, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next up is a precast concrete structure. We're looking to build a salt storage facility at the Newburgh Beacon Bridge to make it larger than what it is now. The precast structure will separate the storage into several bins, which will be covered by a fabric material similar to what's over here at Mid-Hudson. We are going out to bid. We got a bid in of $47,880.
What is in the bottom? Is that, do you have a
The bottom
precast
will
for
be
concrete and-
asphalt. Yep. So what happens is there'll be containers that are on the outside edges. Then these concrete bins will be inside of that, and the actual fabric material will be supported by the containers on either side. And then there'll be an asphalt floor.
Someone move it, please.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Jeff, just in the future, can you give us the list of the bidders as part of the packet?
Yeah, this was the only one. This was the only one that we got.
Usually
Yeah.
if there's one.
You'll see
Okay.
further on in our paint job, we have two bidders, and they're all
I
listed.
see that in the other bid there.
Yeah.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next one?
Our standby readiness contractor, we're requesting to add into the original contract an additional $250,000, which was budgeted in our capital plan for this year. We typically run around $250,000 a year for our emergency contractor. The original contract has gone about a year and a half, and now we're looking to up the amount another $250,000.
May I ask, how does he bill this? Is there a list of work items or
Yeah, it's on a time and material basis
Gotcha.
as they work.
when and where?
How much did we use last year?
Approximately 250,000, might have been closer to 300,000. We spent about 130,000 on the I Love New York signs for the
Well, that's where
emergency.
that money came from.
There you go.
Yeah. So moved.
Any other discussion? Or someone second that, please?
Second.
Any other discussion? If not, roll call, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We went out to bid for the construction inspection of the Newburgh Beacon Bridge South Span painting project. Back in 2016, we advertised for consultants to put in their interest on several projects, and then we select and shortlisted 3 to propose on this project. 2 opted to give us prices, 1 chose not to bid. The low bidder was Floyd Albert at a price of $150,000, and they are a certified MBE.
So moved.
Second.
Questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Last up is the Mid-Hudson and Bear Mountain main cable investigations. We combined them into one project this year, went out to bid. We're going to be opening up 4 locations on each of the cables and replacing 2 of the suspenders and testing them at each bridge. The low bid was $2,625,200. The engineer's estimate was $2.4 million, so it was within 10% of our engineer's estimate. And you can see here, the only other bidder was up to $5 million.
These guys are doing the physical work on opening.
They do the
Who's done-
physical
who's
work.
doing this?
Majeski and Masters
Majeski
is
Masters,
doing
okay.
the study itself, yep.
So moved.
Finally, a second, someone?
Second.
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Job in progress?
Jobs in progress, Rip Van Winkle sidewalk replacement is on schedule. The Mid-Hudson Bridge roof project is on schedule. The Newburgh Beacon steel repair project is ongoing and is on schedule. And multi-facilities, we're finishing up our biennial inspections, and the underwater pier inspections are also currently underway.
Move to accept the jobs in progress report.
Finally, a second, someone?
Second.
Any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Next, a financial report. Brian, before we proceed, actually, I don't know how I overlooked it, but we need to introduce our board. On my left here, going around the table, is Commissioner Rod Dressel, our Executive Director, Deputy Director, I'm sorry, Tara Sullivan, our Commissioner, Diane Jumlowski, our Commissioner Roger Higgins, Commissioner Harry Stanton,
Chairman.
Legal Counsel Carl Whitback, and our Executive Director Joseph Ruggiero, and myself, Richard Jerry, being Chairman. Thank you all for serving. Like I said, it's a fun time here. And saying all that, Brian, take it away.
Very
Do
good.
that at the same time.
You having fun, Brian?
Sorry, I just had to.
You couldn't help yourself, I know.
I could.
You don't know him well enough.
was
that's
too
all.
Oh, I
You have no idea. In any case, okay. There are 7 investments for the month, all of a routine nature. The authority currently has a balance of $49 million in the maintenance reserve fund. Interest or yield on investments has increased a little bit. We're up to 1%. The recent increases by the Federal Reserve have gone and noticeably increased interest rates to our benefit, especially while we have a sufficient level of available cash to invest with a fairly decent investment horizon.
Move to accept the investment report.
Second, please.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Next.
Next up, as recommended by the committee, the audit of year-end 2017 financial statements, the engagement for EFPR Group to provide the 2017 audit of financial statements, $16,900, as per the proposal last year by EFPR.
So moved.
Second.
Questions? If not, roll call. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Similar to the financial statement audit for 2017, the internal control systems auditor, attached is the engagement letter, and the audit plan came out of the committee. It's $19,500 for the year ending 2017.
So moved.
Second.
No questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Lastly is the quarterly operations report, also discussed only in the finance committee, not the audit committee. If there are any other questions, this is just for information purposes. No action is required by the board.
Any questions? If not, thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, Greg.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Good. Got one item this afternoon. Our two-way radio system used by maintenance and operations as well as the command center has got a dead area in the rock cut as you approach Mid-Hudson past the toll plaza. We've spoken to Nycomco about the issue, and they've come up with a solution to install a repeater to address the dead zone. This is a contingency sale, so we try it, and after 2 weeks, if it proves to be working better than not, we agree to purchase it at a price of $18,691. The manufacturer does require a PO to configure the equipment and ship it, though. So I'm asking for approval for generation of the PO. It will not be charged against until the equipment proves out.
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Any other questions?
Is this the same radio system we used to have?
No, it's been upgraded. This is now a multi-band system. So
This is the old system we used 30 years ago,
It's-
the repeater system.
yeah, it's still the same style. I mean, still, you know, the handheld two-way radio, truck radios, but it has been upgraded one time since the original system.
But the equipment's been upgraded, we're still in the
Yes.
same frequencies and the same.
Same frequencies.
Interesting.
Yep. Okay.
All in
Do we
favor?
have- we got a license and everything for this?
Everything is licensed through the FCC.
If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Greg.
Okay, thank you.
Bridge operations?
Afternoon.
How are you?
Good. So we have the first quarter throughway bill for 2017, and this quarter, it is $925,668.27.
I think we should round it up.
We should round it down.
So moved.
I think we should pay it.
Think so? Do we have a choice? Any questions? If not, second, Robert? All in favor, say aye.
Yeah, it is amazing. I remember when we did the first one of these, and the numbers seemed so small. And, you know, who ever thought, you know? It's still at 17 cents a...
20
20 cents, right,
first
you know,
quarter average, yeah.
It's amazing how, you know, that's good.
I guess, yeah. It's $1 million, I guess.
Yes, but that means people are using it, and we're not paying the other costs. But I would never have imagined that we were going to get to $1 million a quarter.
Oh, yeah. It's like the cable bill. It keeps going up.
Absolutely. I turned down a job in cable 30 years ago because who'd ever pay to get TV in their house? That's ridiculous.
It's good to know you're always on the cutting edge of it.
Cutting edge. You know, I came to work for the Bridge Authority instead. Well,
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Is this the director's report?
You have my monthly expense report. I don't have any expenses. Traffic and revenue analysis report for April 2017 and the April 2017 Easy Pass sales analysis report.
And Tara, we have our historical bridges, the Hudson Valley, nothing.
Yes, thank you, Chairman. The only expenses incurred above and beyond payroll was our annual accounting bill and a quarterly travel reimbursement for our director. Otherwise, I've just listed updates on all of our projects, and I do want to point out that the Bear Mountain Bridge Museum and interpretive exhibits will be complete tomorrow. And we will have our debut on Saturday with the Master Teacher Program, which Kathy explained at her presentation last month. So please, if you're ever in the neighborhood and you want to visit, we're happy to meet you there, or if we're unable to, you'd still enjoy it without us. process. It's really something.
We're doing this by appointment, right? This is not.
Yes,
right.
yes,
Mhm.
but we'd make exceptions in your case.
We'll make an appointment.
Yeah, that would be better, that would be better. You'll really enjoy the exhibits. They're
Mhm.
very engaging and interactive and historically rich, so please come by.
Any questions for Tara? Thank you, Tara.
You're welcome.
All right, any presentations to the board? Any old business? Any new business?
Let me just introduce Danielle. She's new here at the Bridge Authority, and just wanted to introduce all of you and welcome her.
What does Danielle do?
She's our new head of the chief of staff, replacing Chris Kelly.
Like who?
Chris Kelly.
Chris Kelly. You can't talk, I'm sorry. I like it so far. Danielle, I like it so far.
That's great.
Be honest now, you don't get me.
No,
but okay.
We do have arbitrary
Yeah, I
funds.
would assume we do. All right, we have an attorney-client session, so we're making a motion to go into attorney-client session.
There won't be any other business afterwards, so we could adjourn.
So we can adjourn this
Adjourn.
meeting, adjourn the meeting.
Yep. Someone make a motion to adjourn, please.
Adjourned motion? Aye.
Second. And the next meeting is June 15, 2017. It's a regular meeting at 3 p.m. Thank you all for coming. Congratulations for all your new appointments. Thank you.